needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time. Fuck a plug, you don't need it when you plugged in. They know it's us, we don't need no introductions. It's just us, we don't need no one for nothing. But it's always something. Skipping town, cause I really can't be around it. Sometimes the only way to go is right around it. Had some shit to say, I didn't like the way it sounded. So I left it where I found it. Yeah. Why stop now? Why stop now? No, not my style, not my style. Yeah, drop top down, that's my style. Why stop now, baby? Why stop now? PCX driving, I needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time it is. Got that in common, we all feel the pressure. Bitch, I'm plugged in, yeah, the vibe is electric. Room full of comments, they all trying to sex me. Feel like Dennis Rodman in 1997.
Hey, pipe up, Hood Rich.
Doing something different, had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. Doing something different, had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck.
Taysom Hill picks up the Saints first down, still going. Wow.
I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. I got sauce, I got flavor. Getting all this paper. I got sauce, I got flavor. Getting all this paper. Plain Jane Paddock on my motherfucking wrist. They notice every time when I walk up in this bitch. Hustle, walk up in this bitch. Keep my clock up in this bitch. Hustle, walk up in this bitch. Keep my clock up in this bitch. My chopper hit. My chopper hit.
Martinez
my
steps up.
My 40 hit. I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. Doing something different, and I had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up.
Time since the draft special to the PMP, Pigskin Mafia podcast. And you're wondering why I'm wearing black, because it's football season. It's time to get going. And plus, I like wearing black because it makes me feel good about myself. I like to be the dark heart of football. I like to be the heel. I like to be the bad guy of college and NFL. So we're here to talk about my NFL predictions for this season. And I am going to tell you this. There's going to be some shockers. There's going to be some controversy because you people like to think that, oh, it's because of this one fucking quarterback that plays very well on your fantasy team doesn't mean that he's very good on film. Sorry. It's just, it is what it is. So, with no further ado, let's get it going, JMO, with our first topic of the evening, the first division that we're going to actually talk about, the AFC East. Now, this consists of the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots, and the New York Jets. All right, so this is a interesting division. It's been a lackluster division up until recently with the Bills starting to rise up since 2017, 2018. The Patriots, with their long tenure with Bill Belichick, finally gone. And now they have a new coach in Gerard Mayo. They have a new system, new quarterback. They got rid of Mac Jones. Miami, they have weirdo Mike McDaniel, which I like him as a play caller, but their defense is kind of lackluster. The Buffalo Bills, they've lost a lot. Key factor that they lost, which I think this is a good thing, but also a bad thing. It's kind of 50-50. Stephon Diggs leaving the Buffalo Bills for the Houston Texans. Buffalo seems to be on this, like, just, we don't know what to expect from Buffalo except Josh Allen making plays. Okay, so, and then we have the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers comes back into the play. You have a full defense, but Hassan Reddick wants to leave, but the GM won't allow it. So, we got some drama in New York, but guess what? I'm not here to talk about the news or the key additions or subtractions or none of that. I'm here to talk about facts, and I'm here to talk about who I think is going to win it. And here's my winner for the AFC East. J-Mo, roll it. It is going to be the New York Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers comes back strong, comes back healthy. I like what I see on the offensive side. Garrett Wilson's going to be a great target for him. The defensive side is going to be incredible for the Jets. Jermaine Johnson, shout out to Coach JB, by the way, for this sick-ass shirt. Go on the Coach JB store to go pick this shirt out. And if you're wondering, he's endorsing Trump. Doesn't mean he's voting for him, folks. He's just endorsing it. So, again, back to JB's boy, Jermaine Johnson, which he had a documentary about him not too long ago. Incredible documentary. Hope we have him on the show at some point. I'm excited to see what the Jets are going to do this season. I just think that this division has gotten weaker for the most part. But we're going to see the Jets thrive in this division. They're going to lose to pretty quality opponents, but they'll be up there in the divisional round. Next division we're going to talk about, the AFC North. I like this division right here. This is the toughest division in football. I like what I see on every team. My main concern for each team is this. Can Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson stay healthy for the Ravens? Can the Steelers figure out how to make Russell Weirdo unweird, or actually give Justin Fields a chance that Chicago didn't? I thought what Chicago did to Justin Fields was dirty and disrespectful, because I actually think that Justin Fields is a pretty good player. Also, you got the Cincinnati Bengals. So many questions about Joe Burrow, since he is behind Mahomes now, in my opinion, because Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls, whereas Joe Burrow's only been to 1 but didn't win it. Okay? And everybody looks at Super Bowls, doesn't look at actual film, and, so. Now, my opinion changed a little bit over the last year because of Mahomes being able to go into the Super Bowl with a lesser wide receiving core than Burrow did. And Burrow was out last season. My main concern is, can he stay healthy and consistent to win? And what's the follow-up with T. Higgins? Is he going to leave Cincinnati? Much more to come with that. The Cleveland Browns quarterback situation, Deshaun Watson. How many cases is he going to have this year? How many rub and tug sessions is he going to have? Let's be honest. I mean, the guy can't focus on the field. He's not the same Deshaun Watson that I saw with Houston. he is now Robin Tug Deshaun Watson. You can check me out saying this shit on Ride High Podcast. But listen, the Browns to me have the best defense in the AFC North. But I gotta give my take on the division winner. And the winner, I think, in a very tough division, by the way, is going to win it. They're going to lose 2 divisional games to the Bengals and the Browns. It's going to be the Baltimore Ravens, sitting at 14-3. I think what Todd Monken is going to be able to do with this offense is mind-blowing. It's what I usually do with Madden. When I get a running quarterback, ask Caleb, because I ran all over him with Cam Newton, and then once I was able to find the play action pass, Sterling Shepard. That's all I gotta say. But that's another time for another day when Caleb comes on. So next division we're going to talk about is the AFC South. Okay. To me, this AFC South has gotten a lot stronger over the last couple of years, especially with Trevor Lawrence coming into the mix. C.J. Stroud, who to me is way mature for a quarterback that's going into his second year. I don't think he's going to have a sophomore slump. I really don't. I think this AFC South is a little bit more open than last season, or a little bit less open than last season. I think that you're going to see some teams dwindle, and you're going to see some teams really battling it out for the top spot. And Houston, can we keep the consistency going? Can we keep C.J. Stroud healthy? DeMeco Ryans' second year as a head coach. Successful first year with the 10-7 start. I'm excited to see this Houston Texans team with their new uniforms, which I really like, by the way. And then we go over to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had a disappointing loss to the Colts last season that would have led them to the playoffs, but they just fell short, and and it was a 3-way race right there for the AFC South between Indianapolis, Tennessee, Houston and Jacksonville. Jacksonville lost the game that they shouldn't have lost, and then Houston beat out Indianapolis. So can Trevor Lawrence finally get over that hump of being just another guy, a Jag? I'm really concerned about his confidence level heading into this season. Is he confident enough to beat the Texans? Is he confident enough to beat the Colts or the Titans this season? Is he confident enough to make it to the playoffs? That is my main concern. But I feel like the Jags have gotten a lot better this offseason. The Tennessee Titans, I think that without Mike Vrabel and Derrick Henry, they're starting to go on a downhill slope. It looks like they're tanking, but I don't believe in tanking. I think that they're dwindling down talent-wise. I think that you're probably going to see Tennessee closer to the first pick of the draft, minus a couple of teams. So then we have Indianapolis, who had a terrific year, but they lost to the Texans off of a drop flat route, which they would have won the game if I forgot who that was that dropped it, but if he would have caught that pass, they would have won that game for sure. But Gardner Minshew is gone. He is out of Indianapolis. AR5 is here to save the day, right? Naptown, is AR5 there to save the day? Let me answer that. No. The starter should be Sam Ehlinger, a guy that's been there and done that in the preseason and actually progressed as he played in the preseason. But for some fucking weird reason, I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see why you can't start Sam Ehlinger. But they like Anthony Richardson because of his running style, and he makes wonky plays. That one play where he pump faked and threw it in the end zone at the Swamp a couple years ago. Who gives a shit, honestly? He's not that great of a quarterback. He was under 50% completion rating in his collegiate career, but yet he's an NFL starter. That blows my mind. I think Indianapolis is doomed. Now, I will say the positive is they got the best rookie wide receiver, Adonai Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell will make a huge difference for that Colts team, even though I think they're going to be the worst team in the division. That's saying a lot because I just said the Titans would be closer to the first pick of the draft. But we're going to go on to who I think is going to win. And I pick H-Town for the second time in a row. I think C.J. Stroud is beyond a shadow of a doubt one of the top QBs in the NFL right now. He's book smart. I don't care about the tests that they made him do in the combine, which was fucking disgraceful for people to leak that out. C.J. Stroud's a very good quarterback. I loved what I saw out of him in Ohio State. He made really good plays. He made smart reads. Same thing. Last season, he made smart reads. He made everything possible. And I think that he might be in the race for the MVP. In my honest opinion, I think he might be in the race for the MVP. Now, the last AFC division to talk about is probably one of the most uncompetitive divisions that we have besides the AFC East. The AFC West. All right? So, we got the Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Chargers, now coached by Jim Harbaugh, which he's not allowed to go back to college football for a couple of years, which he doesn't give a shit. He's coaching the NFL. He's done his time in college football. He's got a national championship. He got what he wanted. Now he wants a Super Bowl. And to be quite honest, he might be one of the greatest of all time to coach NFL and college that actually succeeded in that realm. And then you got the Vegas Raiders, who I was really high on last season. This season, I'm really not as high on the Raiders this season, which is kind of shocking. I looked at their schedule. I was like, I don't know if they're can be able to beat a lot of these teams, especially with the Chiefs, with what they got coming in. Hollywood Brown, which he did get injured during the preseason, which we'll know more or less about his ordeal. Then you got the fastest man in NFL history, Xavier Worthy, hook 'em horns, 4.21, by the way. On the inside. Again, he's not very good on the press. We all know that. But if you play zone and you don't press him, he's going to beat your safety. I'm sorry. There's no chance in hell you're going to beat that guy. And Patrick Mahomes just got another weapon in the deep threat zone. And also how quick he is doing the whip routes or the zig routes or whatever you want to call them. But Xavier Worthy is a weapon, and people need to see that. And when Hollywood Brown comes back healthy, you got 2 deep threats. I mean, and then you got Travis Kelce. It's and also speed ticket Rashee Rice. This offense is dangerous. It really is, and it just makes Patrick Mahomes' legacy start to grow a little bit more. And I hate talking about his legacy because I don't view him as like the Montana, the Aikman, the Brady, the Steve Youngs of the world, the Fran Tarkentons of the world. It's a different era. It's jet touch pass era. I don't know, but the Denver Broncos. Oh boy, Big Matt, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I know the Broncos and the Jets are your teams. I got one of them going into the playoffs. But the Broncos, if they don't start Bo Nix, there's going to be some serious repercussions. I'm telling you right now. Bo Nix coming into the NFL with the highest passer rating in college football. And also the way he played in that preseason game was phenomenal, by the way. I would not be shocked if he started around week 3, 4, or 5, just because of the fact that that rookie can play. I said it last year with C.J. Stroud. I'm saying it this year with Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix can make a huge difference for the Broncos. It may not be playoff difference, but it would be better than a 3-14 record that I got them at right now. The Chargers. You got a lot of missing parts, a lot of missing pieces, a new system. Jim Harbaugh is there. Team seems to be in love with this guy. The morale is boosted. Brandon Staley was a fucking idiot, and they didn't play hard for him at all. Hence to why the Raiders beat the shit out of them 63-21 last season. So I think the Chargers are going to play hard this season, but I don't think they're there yet with Justin Herbert. And I think Harbaugh can get Herbert to where Herbert can be up to that level of Mahomes and Burrow and Matthew Stafford. So here's my prediction for the AFC West. I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this division. Only one loss. And I'm going to say they're going to lose to the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. I think that this Chiefs team is probably going to be one of the better Chiefs teams that we've seen in a long time, defensively and offensively. I think they are well equipped, is the best way to put it. But now we're going to take a look on one of my favorite divisions to talk about, the NFC East. Now we're on the National Football Conference side of things. The NFC East consists of the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, Washington, I can't remember the name. They change their name so frequently. The Redskins. Oh, wait, it's the Commanders. All right. So, this division right here is the perfect representation of what mediocre is. If you didn't watch last season, here's a hint. Philadelphia starts 10-1. and loses out the rest of the season. Okay? Then we go to Dallas. Dallas wins the division, goes 12-5, plays at home against a 9-8 Green Bay Packers team who's just figuring themselves out. On paper, the Cowboys should have smacked that ass. No, that's not what happened. The Packers punched them in the fucking mouth and absolutely demolished them and exposed everything that Dak Prescott really is. Exposed how mediocre the Cowboys really are. Then we go to the Giants, where they were having problems with Saquon's contract and whatnot. Offensive line is atrocious. The only thing saving them was their defense, and they couldn't get the job done. The Commanders, they've been a folly ever since Clinton Portis left. That was a long time ago. It seems like fucking centuries since I saw the Commanders or Redskins or whatever you want to call them. I don't care. Be relevant to anything remotely close to a division title. But on a positive note, they got a good quarterback in Jane Daniels, who's going to be day one starter as a rookie. Now, I like this move by the Commanders here. I really do. I think that they trust Jane Daniels in his decision-making and his playmaking ability. Also, they have Austin Eckler, who will help out their offense. And also, he wants to carry less attempts. So, what does that mean? He's not going to carry the ball as much. You got Brian Robinson back there as well, and Austin Eckler will share carries with them. Defensively, I think that they're still kind of flawed on the secondary linebacking core. I do like their defensive line, though. I really do. But I think this division has to be one of the most mediocre divisions of all time. But I got a division winner, and it's very close. And it's based off of one division game. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. Why do I think the Cowboys are going to win? Because Philadelphia is a fucking mess right now with Nick Sirianni getting rid of coordinators left and right. He's on the hottest seat in the NFL, as I've said it before, and I'll say it again, along with Mike McCarthy. But the only game that the Eagles are going to beat the Cowboys in is at Philly. That's the only game they're going to beat Dallas in. They're going to beat Dallas in Lincoln Financial. But I see them losing to the Commanders, folks. Yes, I said it. The Commanders will beat the Eagles at FedEx Field. Which FedEx Field, by the way, is going to be... They're no longer FedEx Field anymore. I forgot what they're called now. But I had the Cowboys winning with a 10-7 record, 5-1 division record. Probably a first-round knockout again, so I'm not going to be disappointed again. Just another mediocre season for the NFC East. For you Eagles fans, y'all are literally the same team right now. Y'all got a quarterback that is mediocre, a lesser Dak Prescott. Just runs the ball better. Let's keep it real. But I know you delusional. Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, I know. You're fucking delusional. But anyway, now we go to a historic NFC North, which I'm really excited about this division right here. Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears with Rome Odunze with DJ Moore. I watched Caleb Williams play his preseason game, his first preseason game. Not bad. He did almost throw a pick. Still got a lot of work to do. And I know I've been heavily critical on Caleb Williams, but he's been showing me as of late that he actually cares about the team, where he talks about cleaning up after themselves so that way the custodians could clean less. Actually showing some maturity out there on the field, not fucking painting his fingernails, not crying to his mom about losing the Heisman or none of that shit. What I'm seeing is a young man finally understanding what everybody out there is saying to him. Focus on the field, not what the outside noise wants you to be. And I think he had a talk with some of the veterans, and some of the veterans gave him a straight-up talk. That's probably what it was. And he learned. He understood. I hope that he becomes a great quarterback, and I hope he becomes a better person. But his collegiate years are behind him. Now we go to the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell led Detroit Motor City Thundercats. I love Detroit this season. I think Detroit is going to be good this season. I think they are going to be stellar. But there's one problem. There's one specific problem. They got to play the Green Bay Packers this season, who I'm really high on this season. Jordan Love just got extended. I got a whole another rant about extensions later on, not on this podcast, but a later podcast. He just got extended. Offense looks amazing on paper. Defense looks amazing on paper. And if you saw the momentum that you saw last season, heading into this season, they're gonna do some damage. Now, I will say, Green Bay's gonna have three problems, and the three problems are out west in the NFC, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. In the NFC West division. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings. No Kirk Cousins. This is going to be a weird season for Minnesota. I like what I see out of J.J. McCarthy a little bit. He's still got some intangibles to work on. J.J. Jefferson, I hope that he's healthy. I hope they play well. The defense kind of dwindled down. Offensively, we don't know what to expect out of Minnesota. I really don't know what to expect. But I do know this. I know who my winner is for the NFC North. J-Mo, whenever you're ready. Cheeseheads out there. 14-3, 6-0 division record. Everybody's going to be confused. Why do you have the Packers winning all their division games? It's simple. Not everybody in that division can handle the Green Bay Packers. Detroit, although they're going to be good next year, they're going to be subpar to the Green Bay Packers. I think the Packers are going to be one of the top teams in that conference. They're going to be a Super Bowl contender now that you're looking at it. And I'm expecting big things out of Green Bay. Lambeau Field is going to get crazy this football season. Now we get to the NFC South. One of the worst fucking divisions in football. And that includes college. That includes high school. That includes Pop Warner football. That consists of the Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say about this division real quick. Atlanta Falcons, they get Kirk Cousins, great. They have Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. I love that. Kyle Pitts out there, love that. Receiving core, immaculate for Atlanta. Defensively, they're decent, but not up to par to my standards of what I think the Atlanta Falcons should be. I think their O-line is probably their weakest part of that offense. For Kirk Cousins, it's dangerous territory right there. But the good news is you have Bijan Robinson. You have Kyle Pitts. You have so many weapons right there. Drake London. I love that kid. I love Drake London. Then we go to the Carolina Panthers. You have a lot going on out there. You have Bryce Young coming in his second year. Kind of built it up to where it fits around him a little bit, but I still don't think y'all are ready to win and go to the playoffs yet. I think y'all are still years behind everybody else. Like, that franchise is fucked up right now. All right. The New Orleans Saints. The Aints. All right. So I like New Orleans. I like the way they are. Like, they're a rough and rowdy team, but here's the deal, man. Derek Carr is not a great quarterback. He never was and never will be. He's going to have problems this season. Defensively, they've gotten weaker. Offensively, you still got Alvin Kamara. You still got some weapons out there, but I'm telling you, I don't see the Saints doing anything special this season. But then you get to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they actually improved from last season. Baker Mayfield signed a new deal. His offensive lineman signed a new deal. They brought back a bunch of people and signed a bunch of, or not a bunch, but some really good signings. I like what I see out of Tampa Bay. I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with, but they're not on the level of Green Bay and some of the teams on the NFC West. Okay, so they're probably probably just right above the teams in the NFC East right now. Tampa Bay is. So I think I pretty much just gave my answer away, but J-Mo, if you're ready, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this division, 11-6, 4-2. I think they dropped one to New Orleans, and I think they dropped one to Atlanta. And I think that Baker's going to have a solid year this season. I really do think so. All right. So now, the final division in the NFC and also the NFL. The NFC West. This is probably the most difficult I had to pick out of all the divisions. Even the AFC North, the toughest division. There are three good teams that I could have picked from that I'm really high on this season. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with the one that I'm really not high on. Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals. Jesus Christ. What can I say? Kyler Murray, mental midget. I just think that organization's a fucking mess. They're going to end up getting the first female head coach somehow. I don't know. I don't know what to expect for Arizona, except for losses. Okay? Then we're going to move on to a contender, a real contender, the Los Angeles Rams. Now we're getting somewhere. The Los Angeles Rams are coming back with some weapons and maybe some new weapons, as we saw Jordan Whittington, kid out of Cuero, Texas, by the way, and former Longhorn, beloved Longhorn, by the way. Absolutely balled out. 6 receptions out of 9 targets, or 7 receptions out of 9 targets. I don't remember. But he balled the fuck out in that game against the Cowboys in the preseason. Although the Rams did lose Aaron Donald, I think the Rams are Super Bowl contenders. Why you said, TJ? Their offense, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. I mean, this is a recipe of success right here for the Rams offense. Matthew Stafford, the best ball spinner in all of the NFL, in my opinion. And not just my opinion, expert opinions as well. I think that the Rams are really, really stacked this season, despite losing a big-time defender and future Hall of Famer Aaron Donald. I think the Rams are going to do something that people don't think they're going to do well. And we'll see. But first, they got to meet up with their Bay Area rivals, San Francisco 49ers. Now, this is a tricky team to look at. Don't listen to all the offseason bullshit that they talk about Brandon Ayuk being traded or whatever. He's still going to play with the 49ers. Believe me, I saw the reports that the 49ers wanted to trade with the Browns and he declined the trade. No. It's all folly. He's going to play with the 49ers, first of all. Second of all, they have a great defense. Probably top 5 defense in the NFL. Then you got Brock Purdy. You have Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams. I know it's an older team, but listen to me. This is a team that is on their last leg once it comes to reaching to the Super Bowl and actually winning it. This is their last chance to actually put something together as a unit with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's a great play signal caller, but every time he's been in a Super Bowl, he's choked. Let's keep it real. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks. My Grandpa Jim's favorite team. God rest your soul, Grandpa Jim. I like what Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks are going to do this season. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett's going to be there. I like what I see out of the defense. I see a lot of good things happening in Seattle. And they could be a contender. Easily. But when it comes down to it, I got 3 teams in the AFC West going 4-2. Seattle is not going to win the division. I got them at 12-5. It's going to come down to LA and San Fran. Who do I have, J-Mo? Of course, I had the San Francisco 49ers. Why? Because it's going to base off the last win of the season between 2 rivals, between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. I think it's going to come down to most prevalent wins. It's going to come down to prevalent losses. And come down to who beat who last. Okay? And I've got them both at 14-3, which is insane. Wild. Insane right there. Insane in the membrane. But you have my division leaders for both AFC and NFC. Now we're going to move on to who I think are going to be the representatives of the Super Bowl and who I think is going to win it this year. Will it be San Francisco, Dallas, Tampa Bay, or Green Bay winning it for the NFC? Will it be Kansas City, Houston, Baltimore? Houston, Baltimore, Kansas City. Oh, yeah, the New York Jets. It's so easy to forget about that division, JMO. Here's my representatives for the AFC and NFC. I have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Rams. But, TJ, you just said the San Francisco 49ers were going to win the division. I know that. But have you ever heard of a third matchup? Have you ever seen teams go at it for the third time in a single season? You never know who's going to win it. Rams win the first game. Okay. 49ers win the second game. They win the division. Rams win the conference championship possibly. Guess what? That's 3 games. 3 games. I've seen it happen before. And I think that the Rams have the team to do it this season. But will the Chiefs be stopped from getting a three-peat? The first team to ever get a three-peat? Nah. I think the Chiefs actually get it done. I think that it'll be a barn burner. I think it'll be one of the best Super Bowls out there today in a long time, that people will say, wow. Even Coach JB will say, that was a damn good Super Bowl, you know. Mahomes and Stafford balled out. But I got the Chiefs winning by 6 in that game. I think that the Chiefs are too loaded this season. I really think that the Chiefs are going to really do some damage this season to a lot of defenses. I think this is going to be one of the most unpredictable seasons in the NFL. Who knows? You might see the Commanders win the NFC East this season. You never know. Like I said, the NFC East is mediocre, so. But I will say this. I'm excited for the NFL season, which I have a lot of gripes about already. The kickoff system is shitty. You're allowed to wear helmet condoms, which is the guarding caps, in a regular or in a game is ridiculous. I'm not going to go on a full rant because I don't need to. It's just going to it's just pointless to scream and yell about something that I've screamed and yelled about for a long time. And nobody will listen. So let the scientists deal with it. It's fine. Let them keep stacking helmet protection when the most important thing that you need to look at is the neck area. But what do I know? I used to play fullback and middle linebacker. Arguably the most dangerous skill positions in football. But, yeah, that's all I have for the predictions. Oh, MVP. Who do I have as the MVP, JMO? Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew Stafford gets it done this season. Hence to why I said that the Rams would meet the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, beat the 49ers in their third matchup and possibly the conference championship game. I think this is going to be a good year for Matthew Stafford, especially with him coming back healthy and strong and focused, laser focused. Tell me what y'all think about my predictions. If it sounds ridiculous, if I'm spot on, or if you have your own opinions, comment down in the comment section. Let me know about what you feel about this NFL season, especially your predictions on who you think your division leaders are, who you think will win MVP. Don't give the obvious ones. Go berserk. I don't care if you say the center wins the MVP for the New England Patriots. I don't give a shit. I want to know what y'all's thoughts are. I really do. So that way I can go on there and give my thoughts about your predictions. See if it's possibly true, possibly not. Who knows? If I'm dead wrong about a prediction, guess what? That's what this is here for. I'm making predictions just like every other analyst. I've seen way worse predictions in my life with NFL Network and ESPN. Hence to Stephen A. Smith. But what do I know? I'm just a professional fanatic. Okay? But check us out on YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify. Yes, I said it. Spotify. We are on that shit now. So check us out. It's going to be glorious. We are looking to grow and continue this journey with you guys. We'll be back on next Monday night at around 8 o'clock. We'll probably be fashionably late like usual. But who gives a shit? We're not owned by anybody. We're our own entity. We do our own paperwork. You see this? This is my own paperwork here. So that's what we do. I don't have a script. I don't have anybody telling me what to say in my ear. I give my own thoughts. I wear my own shit. Well, this ain't my own shit, but you get what I mean. I wear what I want to wear on my sleeve and say how I feel in here. JMO would say the same damn thing because he is our producer / editor. He is a workhorse, man. And let me tell you, I am excited about this season. Next week, we're going to talk more about college football, who I think is going to win in each Power 5 conference, who I think could be a potential Heisman winner. Don't be surprised if I pick somebody that I like. I'll give 5 Heisman hopefuls. How about that? That sounds fair enough. Give 5 Heisman hopefuls, who I think is going to be in the conference championship for each Power 5 conference, who I think is going to win the Power 5 conferences, and who do I think is going to win it all this season. You might be surprised. You might not be. I still have to do evaluations on college football, silly gooses. But guess what? I'm TJ motherfucking Riddell. I know what I know. And everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. Check us out. YouTube, Twitch, and yes, motherfucking Spotify. Because we're legit now. But Jay was looking at me all crazy. But no, in all seriousness, check us out on YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify. If you want to see more content like this, check us out. I'm actually on the iPhone. with Zoom as the audio right now. So this is amazing. This is an amazing experience right here. But I tell you what, folks, thank you for tuning in. This has been a hell of a show. This has been a fun show and a quick one at that. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.
I be changing up the crib every quarter. I got tired of not living how I wanna. I'ma make this shit as big as I wanna. Yeah, I get lost on my way to the kitchen in the morning. Somewhere in the hills of Montana. Yeah, baby gotta heal from the traumas. Yeah, mailbox filled up with commas. I'ma make enough to disappear if you wanna. I ain't got no time to waste on a comma. I've been changing up the crib every quarter. I get lost on my way back from the kitchen. Cause I don't know which way I'm going in the Carter. I told her woosah, woosah, Utah, jazzed off a few shots and woosah. Yeah, you got a woosah. When I do talk, it's set to the moon talk. I know what I want, get no fuss what you want. Woosah, woosah, fuck the hoopla. I saw what I saw, fuck what you saw. I've been on my day to day. Disappear like David Blaine. I'm talking